Happy Monday. What's good? Yo, the weather's great. This Monday, we're about to kick the week off. But anyway, just wanted to come back with another video. And this week, we're going to talk about the idea of mixing up your practice. Now, what does mixing up your practice means? First of all, it means you should hit the like button, subscribe, and share. But it could also mean the idea of on our journeys that we find ourselves maybe sometimes being a little bored, or we may find ourselves adjusting to our practice. So some of us may sit for 5 minutes a day, and then we may find ourselves saying, oh, this is not challenging, or we find ourselves, oh, is it 5 minutes up yet? So I think it's important on our journey that we do things in our practice to mix it up, to kind of keep it fresh, rewarding, challenging, so that we are, one, learning other practices, but more importantly, it may help us to stay more consistent with our practice. And so some of the things I think it's important for us to do is one have a variety of practices. I know there are some of us who meditation may be the thing that we venture towards and we like, but there may be other opportunities that we can implement other practices into our lives that may actually enhance our meditation practice. So one week we may find ourselves meditating, and then the next week, if we don't find journaling to be the greatest thing for our practice, we then may switch to journaling for a few days, or just one practice and then go back to meditation. Or you may find yourselves doing a variety of practices over 1 week so that you may be mixing up the days that you're having. And so I think it's important that we do mix up our practices because it allows us to be able to stay with ourselves and to be aware that maybe this 5 minute practice that I'm having, I don't feel challenged, or I feel that I can sit longer. So we may find ourselves sitting for 5 minutes and 30 seconds or 6 minutes or 7 minutes. So I think it's important on this journey because it is natural for us to just adjust to things and they kind of become our norm. But even in our practice, we need to be aware of when we're just kind of going through the motions. And therefore, I think it's important that we mix up our practices again. Maybe you practice at a different time of day. So if you're an evening person, maybe you try the morning or midday. Or again, you may try a different type of practice. So I may go from doing yoga to doing chanting. I may start painting, etc. So I think it's important that we mix up our practice because it allows us to, one, can be aware of like when we're adjusting or when we might need a little bit more challenge in our lives. But it also keeps it fresh and it keeps us inviting more and wanting to learn more about our practice when we have the ability to mix it up. And so I think it's important that you mix up your practice, do something different because we adjust. And so, again, I think it can bring a new life and continue the energy and the consistency over our time. So, as always, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all next week.